I got to get the live at 6:15 thing off the screen too. Okay. All right. Welcome back to another BSing. You know what BSing number this is? You gotta say it.
69.
You gotta. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy. We've been doing these on Saturdays. What do you think about that? I kind of like it. I like the Friday.
No, I like the Friday because then I can coast into the weekend.
Yeah, and it's I like the Friday because like after work,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to have something
It's
to
like
look
happy
forward
hour.
to. I know. So welcome everybody. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us.
Yes.
So the kind of the genesis of this was like literally a month ago we were going to do this right before we went out west, and a lot of people asked a lot of good questions we're going to get to, and I got super sick. Not COVID, and then I got the stomach flu, and then Andy got the stomach flu, and then we went out west for 2 weeks, another week for him, and the schedule just didn't happen. So we are back. It has been years since we've done an official. Don't make fun of my 2 ice cubes. It has been probably been 2 or 3 years since we've done like an official Q&A. And so, it goes without saying, we got a bunch of questions people asked us on Instagram. We're gonna get to. I got a couple rants.
Oh, there's a good rant coming up.
I got 2 rants.
Yeah.
But one's a minor rant, one's a major rant. I got some good current events as well. I got some really good current events.
I love current events.
So we got good stuff coming up. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
First, what are we drinking?
They
kind of saw us.
Yeah,
We were like
and
trying to figure out what to drink.
Yeah, so this is the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit Single Barrel. This stuff's excellent.
Yeah, we got that down in Kentucky, actually.
Yeah.
As always, everybody, let us know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
Oh, everybody's putting it in the chat already.
Highlight some good ones.
Red wine and Indian food from Steve Welch, Ontario. That sounds excellent.
And actually, red wine does pair well with Indian food.
Yeah. Here's a good one. C. Salmon says sipping some Elvis juice right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I thought about some Elvis juice.
Gone Feral with Squidly, Bacardi Black it is.
Ooh, nice. I've never had that, actually.
Yeah, I've never had that either. Let me see here. There was some more. Jay Perry on the porch, vodka tonic in hand. I like the cocktails.
Honestly, I thought about that as well.
Stone Wolf Outdoors, just beer and mead.
Oh, nice.
Let me see.
We use coasters.
Oh, coasters.
And
oh yeah, those are the Disney World.
The Disney World Star Wars Cantina coasters.
Yeah.
We respect wood. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting into some cocktails. I know you're a cocktail guy.
Yeah. I can make a few cocktails. But yeah, we'll do some.
It'd be fun to like mix them up live.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, okay.
Next week.
Rave Boy Guinness.
Nice. I really like Guinness,
I do
actually.
too.
Guinness kind of gets a bad rap in this country.
Why?
Weirdly. I don't know, but you never see people drinking it.
Oh, it was like 6 months ago. I had a craving for Guinness, and I went out and bought like one of those 4-packs of the
With like little things inside that shake.
It was so good.
Guinness is really good.
Yeah. Hold on, more drinks.
All right, well, let's go through the drinks. It's Saturday.
All right,
Got
and
wine?
Anna Longfield says Dr. Pepper. Scott
Nice.
Bush says
Love
Angel.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, me too. Scott Bush says Angels Envy Bourbon.
Nice.
Um,
This is good.
so
This is really good.
yeah, I remember when we first had it. We're like, is this better than Bland's?
No, it's not better than Bland's.
Kevin, there's a
It's good.
there's a tough question in here for you actually.
Is it related to
No, it's actually a serious question.
Okay.
It's from Arcana. It says, "Whatever happened to Lando Kitty?"
Oh man.
Geez, Arcana, turn it into a downer.
No, it's a good question. Honestly, and so he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Some health problems. He had to go to kitty heaven. Yeah, we haven't. I got another cat that always bombs the show, but he never comes in here during this.
No.
That used to be our thing.
Yeah.
Was the cats coming in?
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry. Good old Lando.
Here's a good story about Lando.
He went to a better place. Yeah, unfortunately.
One of the very first backpacking trips I ever did, I drove to Wisconsin when you were living in Madison, and you and Sam had just gotten Lando and Cato, and they were like
little guys. Yeah.
And your friend was going to watch them. And I remember like that was when we were driving to South Dakota
Yeah.
to go backpacking.
Yep.
And I slept out in the living room on the couch. And those
Oh, were they on you?
Yeah, the two little, yeah.
Yeah, he was a good cat. He was a Savannah cat. If you go to our, it's kind of funny, it's kind of cool. The cool thing about YouTube is you go to our old videos, he's in them, always like popping his head out and stuff. So he was a good cat.
Yeah.
But he's gone.
More drinks. Carl 7, Sheepdog Peanut Butter Whiskey. Steve, Buffalo Trace Old Fashioned.
The peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
Because my wife's probably laughing right now because of my obsession with peanut butter. I've never had it. It intrigues me.
I've had it.
Is it good? It's got to have a lot of sugar in it, right?
I don't know. My brother-in-law made cocktails with it.
Like a peanut butter pie cocktail?
No, it was a peanut butter and jelly. It was like with a sherry. I think it was sherry and peanut butter whiskey.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it was good. More drinks. Therapy and you. Fatheads. Strange Magic.
I never had that.
Hug your cats and drink your drinks. A toast to Lando and
yeah,
Schill.
we could cheers. Yeah,
to Lando Kitty.
Yeah, he was a good
He
boy.
was a great cat.
Yep. Kitty heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
But I have a child now, which is basically like having like a really, 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 really hard to take care of cat. So we don't talk about it on the channel at all.
Yeah.
All right. Let's answer an Instagram question, and we'll go back to the chat.
Okay, and
these were good questions.
Yeah, and this was specifically when we again posted that we were going to go live, and then we didn't. So
and people actually asked really good questions, and let's just do one. Pick your favorite one.
Let's see here. Since we're talking about alcohol, there was a question. Dawa BR, what bourbon are you currently on the hunt for?
Great question. You go first.
What am I on the hunt for? I'm
trying to think too.
Yeah,
but there's got to be one.
Yeah. So like I'm not really hunting for anything because I have too much bourbon right now. But I will say this: I only have half a bottle of Blanton's left, and then you got to start
always hunting for Blanton's.
Then you got to start.
We got a whole bottle here, though.
Yeah, I know. Then we got to start figuring out how the hell you're gonna get a bottle, and it's a pain in the ass. And Blanton's is really good, but I mean, I don't like go crazy over it, but I only have half a bottle.
What about like a bottle that you can get in Ohio? It's like you can't get it all the time. It's Saturday morning. You're walking into the liquor store. It's there. You're buying it every time. What is it? Is it antique?
No, antique's pretty readily available.
Really?
Yeah, on Saturdays.
What is it then?
God, I don't know. Like I haven't been paying attention really. I think I'm into like the store picks or the picks for Ohio.
And I've been liking these single barrel things.
Yeah.
And I like the store picks. And when you get into it, not to get into bourbon too much, but I didn't realize it. He told me a lot of this, like when, like these store picks, like the distilleries are making the batch specific and special for that store. Or they're making a special variant.
No.
Right?
No. What it is,
right.
there's a couple there's a couple situations. It's usually the store having some say or sampling in a barrel that they want to pick to sell for themselves.
What do you mean by having a say?
So like you'll like outside of Ohio.
Okay.
Let's say I own like a big liquor store. I could go to my favorite distillery and be like, I want to do a store pick, and you would work with the distiller. Let's just say,
but is it a different blend?
No,
it's the same thing.
Let me tell you. So
okay.
So
let's. Is the store pick bullshit?
It can be.
Okay.
But so let's just say I wanted a store pick of Buffalo Trace.
Because that store pick of that Yellowstone is real good.
Right. So let's say I want a store pick of Buffalo Trace. And there's probably some commitments you have to make to like how much you're going to buy, that type of thing. So then what they'll do is like a distiller will say, and they're always single barrels too. So they'll say, here's a sample from this barrel. Here's a sample from this barrel. Here's a sample from this barrel.
Okay, I didn't know they're all single barrels.
Yeah,
okay.
They're all single barrels. And so you will sample them and be like, wow, that one's really good. I'll take that one.
Okay, all right. Okay.
And then Ohio does it for Ohio. They'll like allocate barrels.
So I now have 3 rants for today's podcast. The first rant.
Oh, are we talking about yesterday's rant?
So Andy and I, our buddy Scott, and we formed a cool relationship with Endeavor Brew Distillery, a local bar and distillery in the Columbus area. If you're in Columbus, check it out. It's a outdoorsy, good establishment. Anyway, they have a podcast. We were on it yesterday, and first off, if you're ever offered an invitation to be on a podcast at a bar/brewery, you do it.
Yes.
Because we had them bring us drinks. Like, Andy and I, we got to pour our own here.
Yeah.
They were like cooking us up drinks on the spot, bringing them in. Anyway, on that podcast, we learned a lot about the regulation of liquor in the state of Ohio. And it is literally analogous to a cartel. And it was, I don't want to get into it on this podcast, but basically, if you produce anything over 24%, so anything over 48 proof, the second it gets made in your little area, the state of Ohio owns it.
Yep.
Period. That makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean,
it's not the case with beer. It's not the case with wine.
It's about money. They want money.
Yeah, it's bullshit. The libertarian in me was fuming during this.
Yeah.
Not all states are like that.
If you want to hear the whole conversation, go over the Endeavor Brewing.
There's a link in our link tree.
Yeah. Endeavor Brewing YouTube channel. You can see it up there.
You can talk. He goes through the entire process by which the state owns it. The second you produce it, you have to buy it from the state. And it is literally a cartel, like, quite frankly, extortion.
Yeah. Here's so from Scott's perspective, for sure. From the consumer perspective, there's a few advantages. Very few.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
They control the pricing.
That is true.
Of the bottle. That
is true. So that is true. Good for the consumer. But again, as a free market
I get it. I get it. I'm more of a fan of competition.
Yeah.
So, and like out west, for example, in Nevada, there's stores that will sell
like $150 bottles.
Yeah.
That you get here for like $30.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good. Okay. What's the other advantage to the consumer? Is it just price?
I think that was it.
Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. First rant done.
Okay.
I have 2 other rants.
All right.
We'll get to them.
We'll do another question.
Do another
Instagram.
question.
Do
a backpacking related question.
This was a real good one. This is from Rebecca Bradnam, and this is we actually talked about this. How much cordage should I buy attached to each stinger?
First off, I love the hyper specific question.
Yeah.
So if you're like,
what's a stinger? You should explain what a stinger.
Get them. So we're talking a tarp, right? So
it can be for tarp. Yeah.
It can be for anything, honestly. But the Dutchware Stingers is a piece of hardware made to attach your tarp to the tree.
Yep.
So it's a little piece of metal hardware that attaches to your tarp and then has cordage, coming off the side of it to attach to your trees. And the question is basically, how much cordage do you need on each side of the tarp to attach around the tree?
So you can buy stingers by themselves, or you can buy them with built-in cordage.
Buy them with the cordage on them.
Yes.
But we have 15 feet of cordage on each side, which is overkill. Overkill. Maybe do we have 12?
No, it's 12.
12.
I'm on their site right now. He only does 12.
Okay, so we have 12. It's only 12?
Yeah.
So there's no other denomination?
No,
because here's the deal.
You could buy it with just the hardware and put however much you want on there.
If you're somewhere where the trees are real wide, you're going to need more than 12 feet. But to answer the question, 12 feet, that gets you enough cordage on each side of the tarp to get around the tree, and then gives you some leeway to move that tarp around if you need to. Love the hyper-specific gear questions, though. Keep them coming.
Funny comment. Going back to the liquor conversation, Tech Redneck said, we make our own here in West Virginia.
Yeah, and honestly,
yeah.
I brought this up on the podcast. That's just what the system is encouraging people to do. Obviously, you couldn't, selling it would be very difficult without getting busted here in Ohio. But all you're encouraging is people to make their own.
Yeah.
It's also, it makes no sense. it doesn't make any practical sense to me that it is just liquor that's controlled that way.
Right.
Because it's all booze.
Yeah.
You know? So
Here's
it's like why, I mean, I understand why, but all right, anyway, I don't want to derail this.
Okay, going back to more hardware from Dutchware, another good question came up in the chat. C. Samons 9 says, do you use the fleas with shock cord for your tie outs?
No, I don't. The advantage to using shock cord on the tie outs is if you get some tarp slop.
But we don't really have that with
so in a
you
Cuban
Dyneema.
tarp, with the Dyneema tarp, you don't get a ton of slop. And by slop, I mean sag. So the advantage to having the shock cord on there is it's going to keep the tarp taut when it starts to sag. We know a lot about this, thinking about, oh my God, we know way too much about this stuff.
Yeah.
But to answer the question, I've never used fleas. Andy has.
No.
Or no, you used flies or
No.
You never used fleas?
No.
I thought you had.
No, I use and I set this up for all of our tarps.
Right.
I like this better. And
I
I
thought you had the little.
no, we use cord tensioners.
Yeah, but I thought
On
at
our
one
tie-outs.
point you had the little fleas
No.
on your continuous ridge line, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't think that's a flea. There's too many damn things.
Yeah. Anyway, to answer the question, we use line locks as a cord tensioner.
No, cord tensioner.
Cord tensioners.
Yeah. So
They're
basically,
line
like
locks.
you pull it. They're not line locks. Those are different.
I mean, that's a line lock.
That's a cord tensioner.
All right, whatever. Anyway, we use cord tensioners. We do not use shock cord.
Yeah.
With a Dyneema tarp, we've never found the need to use shock cord.
Yeah.
And even on, quite frankly, on the Schill tarps we have, we didn't use shock cord because we were lazy.
Yeah.
But there you do get some sag. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to have some slop.
Oh shoot. Maybe you're right. Okay, I use tarp worms. God, there's so many.
Yeah, I knew you used some little piece of Dutchware cordage.
I always, so hold on a second. I got to look up what the
so
flea is.
what Andy's talking about is...
Oh, yeah, I've never used the fleas. People will use those on the fleas and the worms. They'll use those for like, tie-outs.
Right.
You can use them for tarps too, but...
Okay,
no.
so never use the fleas. We use tensioners
and stingers.
And stingers on the end of our tarp. Love all the tarp questions. Love it.
God, we haven't talked about like tarp.
We haven't talked about tarps and like nerded out on hammock gear in a long time.
Arcana says, I've used shock cord on my fleas, but now I just have them attached to Zing It.
Yeah. And we use Zing It. Yeah.
Josh,
Actually, pro tip on your tie outs, use some sort of glow wire or reflective cord.
I second. I love that.
At night, there's nothing more annoying than tripping on your freaking tarp tie outs and your hammock tie outs. Put some reflective glow wire on there, some reflective cord. It's not that much more expensive than Zing It. And it just lights up at night. And you know, when you've had like 5 or 6 drinks, you don't want to trip on your cords.
Josh says, Tim and I did the shock cord mod on our old parts when we first started hammocking. Old tarps. And he has Schill poly and it doesn't sag. So that's good.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so they use shock cord and that
yeah.
eats away at the slop?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. Nice. All right. You want to fire up another? We're trying to like watch the chat and then go through these Instagram questions.
Yeah. Somebody nominated you for Kevin Schill for governor. Arcana wants you to go for governor. You must be a libertarian.
Funny thought about that is that
Let's not go there.
okay. It's not about. I'm not running for governor. I have a very interesting political views, like most people. I'm pretty liberal on things, pretty conservative on things, very libertarian on a lot of things.
So you're like 90% of the country.
That's not what the news wants you to think.
Yeah, I know.
That's not what the news wants you to think. Very anti-news.
Okay. Another question from Instagram is this is from Rebecca Bradnam as well. Is there a major difference between your summer pack and winter pack?
Great question.
The capacity difference.
So we could have a whole podcast.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah, there is a huge difference in capacity between our summer and our winter loadouts.
Mine's like 20 to 30 liters.
We should do a video on this. Summer versus winter loadout considerations. Anyway, yeah. Winter stuff just takes up more volume, right? You're taking bigger clothes. You're taking maybe bigger. I bring a bigger. I bring a double wall shelter when I'm on the ground in the winter. In the winter in a hammock, I'm bringing a top cover. All these things add to volume, to pack volume.
Yeah. More down.
More down. Sometimes we're bringing more food in the
What-
winter.
What?
With the hot tent, we're bringing a ton of stuff.
How many liters with are the arc hulls with like all the?
They're like 65.
Yeah, and so
They're huge.
I know. So my light AF is probably what, like 40, 45 with that, with the pouches,
right.
pockets,
And
and
Andy, what's interesting is Andy has a 35 liter, which is really like 45 liter.
Yeah.
He has a 35 liter light AF pack. I have a 40 liter light AF pack, and that difference of 5 liters, I can use my 40 liter pack in the winter, and Andy
I can't.
cannot.
It literally, like, I'd have to strap stuff to the side to pack, and it'd be so uncomfortable.
Now, part of that is for the last year or two, I've been using tents in the winter, and they just take up less space. But yeah, huge difference in volume between summer and winter loadouts, which is mainly driven by you got to bring warmer clothes, and we're bringing a hot tent, and when you're bringing a hot tent, you need a lot of space because it's big.
Yeah.
Great question though. Great question.
All right. I'm gonna keep going through these Instagram
Okay.
ones. I want to get this name right. Bradley Dissolve Photo. This is a good question. What rain pants to recommend?
Great question. So the only rain pants Andy and I have
Ever used. So I don't
used.
I can only recommend one pair.
Honestly, the REI brand rain pants.
And we bought them because they were cheap.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're not light.
They're not light. They're waterproof.
Yeah, they are waterproof.
They're not. They're actually they're fairly breathable. I think ish. They're like $65.
Yeah,
But-
they were cheap, and I must say they are very waterproof. And I remember I was at REI and I grabbed them last minute for both of us, and I'm like, I did not get full zip ones because I was like, I don't want full zip rain
I
pants.
thought you did.
No, ours aren't full zip.
I thought they are.
No, they're just like ankle.
Okay.
And I was like, why would I buy full?
Get full zip rain pants.
Yeah, I was like, because I rarely am going to use these, and I want as much protection as possible. I get the full zip, easy to get on and off, and
And they can breathe more.
right.
But I will say, 9 times out of 10, I use the rain pants more in snow as like a snow pant. I'm using the rain skirt. I love the rain skirt. I get made fun of. The rain skirt is the way to go. Rain pants are only coming when the temperature is below 40 and it's raining.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the rain skirt, it's cheaper, it's lighter. I actually use it for running. When it's running and raining, I use it now. I'm a big fan of the rain skirt. And shout out to Frozen for getting me onto those. You'll get ripped on a lot for wearing it, but I don't care.
Here's a good question from Mike K in the chat. Need a new shelter, thinking the duplex or altiplex, doing JMT in August. I'm 6'2". I know you guys have used both.
So the altiplex is about 15 ounces. The duplex is about 5 ounces. I love the duplex.
The duplex is nice.
Honestly, if you can spare 5 ounces, get the duplex.
If I was in his position, I'm doing the altiplex.
Yeah, interesting, really.
Yeah, just because I want it light as possible. But
Altiplex is a sweet tent.
but the
you're-
duplex
I mean,
is
you're
nice.
in there.
Yeah, you're in there.
You're in there.
Your stuff sit in the vestibules.
Yeah, here's the deal. In the Altiplex, it is very, very difficult to get your gear in the tent with you. So something like the JMT, where you're probably not dealing with rain a lot of the time, you probably don't need your stuff in there with you.
Mm-hmm.
The nice thing about the Altiplex is you can have all your crap in your tent. You can go through it at night. I mean, you got room. You can't do that in the Altiplex, but you do save 5 ounces, maybe 6 ounces, honestly. And spoiler alert. I can't say it.
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll just say Z-Packs.
They're thinking about that.
Z-Packs knows people are like Altiplex or duplex, and they're on it. They're on it.
Yep. All right, these are really good questions. Let me see here. Oh, back to the Instagram. Same person, Bradley something photo. What pocket knife do you recommend for backpacking?
So I got one of these Kershaws. They're pretty sweet, but honestly, the Swiss Army knife,
the mini
Swiss Army knife,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good 9 out of 10 times.
And you get scissors for cutting leukotape.
But if you're asking this question, you're like, I don't want a Swiss Army knife. Like the Kershaw is what I have.
some model of Kershaw.
Becker's actually into knives. He's got good info on knives. Dan is.
We're not knife people.
We're not knife people, but I like the Kershaw, dude. It was $60. It's not cheap, but it is so sharp, and it has a good flip mechanism. And I mean, you like it. It's a cool little knife.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna.
It's the Kershaw Air. Good question.
Yep. All right. Another question from Instagram. Okay, this is from Southern Hike. Been a lifelong tent backpacker. Sorry.
One.
What would you recommend for a side sleeper if I wanted to buy a hammock? Thoughts on dream hammocks?
So, first off, I think, and I'll be curious what you think about this.
Yeah.
Would you say a bridge hammock?
No.
For a side sleeper?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No.
I thought you would.
No. I would actually. So you can definitely. I think is, I only have experience with the Chameleon, the Warbonnet Blackbird, and the Banyan Bridge. And the Chameleon was by far the easiest.
And the dream hammock. You've slept in the dream hammock.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one. I would say, for me, the gathered ends were easier to side sleep on.
Yeah, I think the bridges are. That's an interesting data point, though, about how you think about that.
But I sleep better in the Banyan because I can sleep on my back now just fine.
And then the next part of this question is, was it specific to dream hammock?
I mean, they're great.
They're good. I had the Darien. I literally only sold it because I had at one point I had 3 gathered end hammocks, and the Darien was the one I had the least amount of accessories for. So like the dream hammock, I had all this stuff for, and so that's why I sold it. Here's one thing I will say: I mistakenly got an extra wide hammock and it was awesome. So depending on and I'm not like a super wide guy, but depending on your body shape, wide hammocks are the way to go. Super comfortable and super comfortable to side sleep on.
Yeah. My next hammock purchase is going to be one of those ultralight hammocks.
The monolight ones.
I don't know. There's a few out there. I don't know. They intrigue me.
They're so light.
I know.
Dutch has got one now.
I know. There's a few out there.
Does Spaguyver have it? Dutch always gives all the sweet shit to Spaguyver. Rightfully so.
Yeah, like Spaguyver and Syntax. They get all the Dutch stuff.
Just better move your phone.
Oh, sorry.
I'm get the top off. This is good.
Yeah.
You never find this in Ohio.
No, but it's readily available on shelves outside of Ohio.
This is one of Wild Turkey's like top shelf lines.
Yeah, it's on the shelves. Kentucky Spirit single barrel.
How much is it?
$60.
Oh, it's 60. It's good. It's not as good as Bland's, but it's good. Give you a little topper,
just a little bit. So that's good. Thanks.
Come on, it's Saturday. Oh God! All right, what's next?
All right, so let me go into the chat here. Let me see. Steve recommended Montbell Versalite rain pants for the wind.
I've heard. I've heard really good things about those.
I love Montbell stuff.
Montbell stuff is awesome, especially for the price. But I will say, what super intrigues me, they're so expensive, is the Z-Packs Vertice rain jacket and rain pants. They're so expensive, but if you look at the statistics on the breathability of the fabric they make that stuff out of, it's like more breathable than Gore-Tex. I've never tried either of them. But the Z-Packs Vertice rain stuff really intrigues me.
Yeah, and Lightning Equipment's got nice stuff too.
Yeah, but honestly, for a quote unquote big box non-cottage vendor, Montbell is killing it.
Yeah, I have 2 Montbell jackets.
Jackets, sleeping bags. I mean, they've got good stuff and light.
Yeah,
so I like it.
Here's a great question from Carl7. It says, gave up hammocks in 82.
Oh shit.
But
nice.
I can't.
Hammocks have changed a lot since 1982.
Yeah, but would like to give them another try this summer in hot, humid summer weather. Suggestions for a decent setup.
It's a great question.
I think. I mean, it's kind of hard to say.
So let's talk about the hammocks we've used. Dutchware Chameleon, Dutchware Banyan, Warbonnet Blackbird XLC, Dream Hammock Darien,
and Banyan Bridge.
I said Banyan Bridge.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
So we've had experience with 4 hammocks.
I would say the hammock that we've used the most by far is the Chameleons.
Yeah. Dutchware Chameleon, great hammock. They're all really, really good hammocks. Pros to the Dutchware, and other hammock manufacturers are coming on board with this. Dutchware has a ton of modular accessories for it, which is awesome. Top covers, bags,
sidecars.
I mean, he's got a ton of stuff made that's just like zip it on and it works. And the Dutch Wear Chameleon is like 150, 160 bucks. It's not that bad. I will say I've never found any hammock quite like the War Bonnet Blackbird.
Yeah.
In terms of that shelf is awesome.
I mean, Sam loves his.
I love hammocks where you can zip in and out on both sides. I really
see,
like that.
You know, I honestly don't care about that.
I found myself setting it up and having to get in and get out, and it's just nice to have that option.
But the nice thing about that is that, since it's full zip, then it gives you the options to accessorize.
Correct. So, what's your recommendation? You're going Dutch Wear Chameleon? You're going Banyan? If you don't care about weight, consider a bridge style hammock.
Yeah, there's a few manufacturers. We have the most experience with the Chameleon and we like it. So, but there's so many good hammock manufacturers out there.
There are. It's hard, and there's these monolite things we've never tried.
Yeah.
Good question though.
Yeah.
A lot of hammock stuff tonight. Love it.
Hey, the weather's getting warm.
Yeah, love it.
Those hammocks
I'm
out.
excited. I think the next trip we do one of our little overnights, I'm taking the Banyan.
Yeah. Dan Fugate says, have you guys tried the 3 FUL Lanshan 2?
No, those Lanshan tents though, they intrigue me at the price point because they're super cheap for the weight. But no, I've never tried one. They intrigue me though.
Yeah.
I think they're freestanding. I don't know about the one he's referencing.
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Going back to the knife stuff, Carl 7 says razor blade and Swiss Army tweezers. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I cannot tell you how many times I've enjoyed having scissors and tweezers.
Well, I think I'm just going to maybe at some point get just a pair of ultralight scissors.
We've talked about that before. Yeah, getting some titanium scissors. But the scissors on the Swiss Army work fine.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Scissors are an incredibly undervalued part of a kit. High usage for scissors, I think.
Yeah. Here's some good recommendations. C Salmons 9 says, do the Cloud 71. Trailheads has the Poltergeist. It's 8.5 ounces for a netted hammock. Freaking crazy
8.5 ounces.
Yeah. I got the net
That's
list to use with different nets.
So think about this: 8.5 ounce hammock plus how heavy is the Light AF tarp? 13 ounces. Let's say 12 ounces.
Yeah.
So 20 ounces for. I mean, that's a duplex. A duplex is 20 ounces. 20 ounces for a hammock setup now. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
The Chameleon is like 15 or 16 ounces.
Yeah. Dan Fugate says, do you guys treat your gear with permethrin?
Yes.
Yep, we do.
Yeah, we do. And, not every trip. And we don't, something that I don't do is I don't do the tent, but you probably should, at least the bottom of the tent. We do the hammocks.
Yeah.
We don't do the tarps, but everything else, packs, shoes, socks, clothes. And pro tip, I got this tip from Tim Watson, but just go on Amazon and buy the Tractor Supply thing of permethrin. It costs as much as the little Sawyer bottle, and it's literally 100 times more permethrin, and just mix it up yourself. And one thing I don't do, and I keep saying I'm going to do this, I've never done the submerge the stuff in permethrin. We spray it.
Yeah.
I think submerge it's got to be better. Big fans of permethrin.
Yeah.
It works.
Sorry, there's a lot of good stuff flying in the chat, so I'm trying to keep up with it here. Greg Morton Outdoors, did you pick up some AD Laws 4-grain bourbon when you were in Colorado?
No, and to be honest with you, I went to multiple liquor stores out there, and they just where I was, they were not into bourbon.
This is like Makers and Jack.
Yeah, and honestly, they had a couple locally distilled bourbons I didn't get. But they didn't have your Wellers, they didn't have your Buffalo Traces, they didn't have any of that. And looking at the size of the bourbon aisles out there in the liquor stores, you can tell they're not into bourbon out there, at least where I was in Colorado. And if you go to Ohio where we live, the bourbon part of the liquor store is potentially the biggest part of the liquor store.
Yeah.
So I didn't run into what's the name of this bourbon? 80
something. I've heard of it.
80 grand.
No, crap.
I'd never heard of it. So no to answer your question, but I did go bourbon hunting while I was out there. I went to 2 or 3 liquor stores. Nevada, on the other hand,
Good.
Nevada had real good bourbon selection.
Yeah, they did.
I was Reno specifically
Yeah.
where we were had really good bourbon.
All right. Adam K says, "What's your favorite store to shop for camp and hiking food? Had an epiphany at Dollar Tree. Individual packaged goods galore."
Yeah, honestly, like the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, are you after like backpacking specific food or just like food you can just take out there?
so backpacking specific food. Andy and I, we love REI.
Yeah.
They have a great selection. But if like you just look at like honestly like the grocery store, go to that aisle, go to that, and like the dollar store. That's a good heads up.
Go to the powdered mashed potato aisle.
The dollar store though. That's a good heads up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, going back to Instagram here. Okay, Mary Outside 99 says top 3 hikes on the bucket list.
Great.
I think
Great question.
Yeah, I think number 1 is that you and I have always talked about this. Like we're gonna be those like 65-year-old dudes.
Let's just say a through hike.
A through hike. Not now. We can't right now. But maybe.
So one of the
PCT.
three.
No, it's PCT.
The PCT. Yeah. Yeah, it's the PCT. In fact, if you look at my top 3 bucket list hikes, the AT is not in the top 3.
No, I would love to do the AT.
I would.
I'm doing the PCT.
And I think we will do
first.
Now the question is let's limit this to the United States.
Okay.
Because I don't know enough about like there's some really cool stuff in Europe. There's some cool stuff in Canada. There's some cool stuff in Australia, New Zealand. I don't know enough about that.
I'm not gonna stick to like top 3, but I'm gonna say some stuff that I definitely want to do before like I die.
Okay,
So
what do you got?
I want to do the entire Colorado Trail.
Great one.
Yep. I want to do the Wonderland Trail.
Ooh, didn't think about that. Great one.
Yeah. I want to do more stuff in California.
Arizona Trail?
I'd like, definitely some parts of the Arizona
You
Trail.
want to do the JMT?
Yeah, I mean, the JMT looks awesome.
We're not going to count the TRT because we're doing that this year.
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Yeah, what's that?
The old Superior Hiking Trail.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
For the amount of time that it would take to do that, I think I'd rather go out west.
And this brings up something I wanted to discuss with you. Dude, for $200 to $300, we can fly round trip out west.
I know.
I am done with this Ohio stuff. Like, for the last 5 years, Andy and I, every month, have been going out into Ohio just to, like, do stuff, gear test, get outside. We're going to keep doing that. But this year, for $300, I'm flying nonstop to Denver. I'm flying out to Park City. I'm flying out to maybe somewhere in the South. I'm flying out to New Hampshire and Maine. It's just flight prices are so cheap right now. And I'm not doing that every month. I'm not doing that every other month. But if it comes down to going to Ohio once a month or flying out to Colorado every 3 months, I'm going to see ya.
Yeah.
So that's something that's going to be new.
Yeah.
And part of that is we've hit everything.
It's just like, we're trying to figure out like, do we go to Zaleski this weekend?
No, we're done with that.
Yeah. Do we go to Vesuvius?
We're still going to do
Yeah.
that, at least once a year, but we were going every month to a spot in Ohio, and we've been to these places so
Just
much.
burned out.
It's worth it to take a 2-hour flight out to Denver or a 3-hour flight out to Salt Lake City. It's not that expensive. I'm not talking about doing this every month. I'm not even talking about doing this every other month, but once a quarter,
Maybe.
I think we're going to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's also a cool thing about YouTube, is that we know a lot of people that live out in these areas. So it makes backpacking out there just so much easier when you know people out there. So, that's kind of the new stance I'm taking.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just worth it for the money. It's not that expensive to fly. I mean, you and I priced this out, dude. You and I could take 1 day off of work, fly out to Denver, do potentially 3 nights on the Colorado Trail, come back for like less than $300 to $400 a person.
Yeah, I know.
And like we're doing that, so it's kind of like the new like stance I'm taking on this for this year at least. And that's we have not talked about this at all, but we are going back to Colorado this year. And, we've talked about this like ad nauseum. We're doing 2 weeks in California and Nevada on the Tahoe Rim Trail. So we're going to be flying a little bit more this year. It's just flight prices are cheap. And you can get there. And, I don't know if that'll always be the case, but flights are cheap right now. So take advantage of it.
Yeah. Sweet Jen says Gossamer Gear has some great small lightweight scissors, and I just pulled them up on Gossamer Gear. Yeah, $3. That's awesome.
$3?
Yeah.
How much do they weigh? You didn't look at that?
No, hold on.
I've seen these. Are they plastic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Scissors, $3. Come on, specs. That should be the first thing.
Oh, 0.17 ounces, 5 grams.
5 grams, done. You should just buy them right now. Nice heads up. Who is that?
Sweet Jen 77.
Sweet Jen 77. Thank you. We'll probably buy those right after this podcast.
Yeah.
5 grams?
Yep.
Done.
Patrice M. Midwest trip suggestion. You mentioned Isle Royal, and I know the ferry is going to happen this year. Which month is best to make the trip, considering bugs, weather, etc.?
Early September, end of August.
Yeah.
Probably more towards early September.
It's going to be cold and wet, but you beat the bugs.
It won't be that cold. You're going to get some rain. But, I mean, honest to God, Andy and I went there end of August, early September, and there were still bugs. But it was cool. So you're wearing long sleeves. So it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
And they weren't bad enough to necessitate wearing a head net or anything. It wasn't like that.
No.
And there weren't any black flies.
Oh, no, thank God.
But there
Just
were mosquitoes. And it was like 50 degrees out. And I'm like sitting in a sweatshirt. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, you're not going to bite through this thing. It's like insane to me. But I know when you get to those northern latitudes, the bugs are a little bit hardier. But to answer the question, I mean, would you agree with that? Maybe all of September?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You're going to get rain every day
and
for a little bit of time.
And you should potentially consider skipping the Labor Day area because there'll be the Labor Day region of time because there'll be a lot of people out there during Labor Day. But honestly, that time frame, August, September, is usually the best time to hike, like anywhere.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, thinking. Dan in Fugate says thinking about doing ocean to lake trail in Florida. I'm not sure what that is.
I've heard of that
in January or February. God, that's a great time to.
Yeah, and honestly, that something Andy and I talked about this year was like, dude, January, February, let's do the Florida Trail.
Yeah,
or let's go down there.
Adam K says June is for Isle Royal, similar to Minnesota's Superior Hiking Trail. You're gonna. I mean,
well, June, you're before the black flies.
No.
I thought you are.
No,
I thought black flies was like end of June, July.
No, you're getting them then, but that's fine.
Now, I will say, if you can time it to go like right after the snow melts so probably like end of May, early June, maybe like a Memorial Day thing. That's probably a good time. It's gonna be cold, but I think that might be a good bet as well.
Yeah, Arcana posted, and I'm aware of this. I remember your comment. It says doing one of my bucket lists this year, Ray Lake Sloop. That looks unbelievable. Have you seen?
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's in the Sierras.
What's it called?
The Ray Lake Sloop. It's a real popular trail. Not that it's loaded with people, but it's just so pretty.
It's called the Ray Lakes Trail.
Loop.
Ray Lakes Loop.
Yeah.
And where is it in California?
I'll show you. It's like,
I should pull up the screen for these people to see, but
yeah,
Andy's got it.
it's beautiful.
Zoom out. Where is that? Like zoom way out. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, not that far. It's like directly east of what? Sierra National Forest. Oh, it's directly east of Fresno.
Yeah, there's Mount Whitney, and this is
It's
the
like
route.
it's
So
like
see,
mid California.
So see this 395.
Is that the PCT?
No, 395 is what I drove from Reno to Palm Springs.
But does the PCT go past this place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Ray Lakes Loop. Have
Here,
to check that out.
I'll
It looks
show you-
really pretty.
No, I'll show you some images. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. One problem with these, like,
Look at that.
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
I bet that place is slammed.
it's
with
permanent.
people.
It's permanent.
Oh, good.
yeah.
I was gonna say one problem with these like super beautiful places is, especially because of COVID, they're just overrun with people. Something I'm worried about for the TRT this year.
Yeah, Brian. I'm gonna butcher your last name. Brian Jetura.
Let me see.
How do you pronounce that?
Brian Jatura. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Drive up to Michigan here on National Forest. Yeah, we love
Michigan
Michigan.
is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Huge fan of Michigan. Need to go there more.
Yeah.
In fact, if I'm driving anywhere now, it's either Michigan or West Virginia or maybe Virginia.
Or Pennsylvania.
Or Pennsylvania. Or Kentucky.
Every state
Shit.
around Ohio.
Every state other than Indiana or Illinois.
Andrew Greenlee said, second on Michigan, have you guys been to Manistee River Loop? No.
No.
And that's like one of the places that,
no,
you know,
would love to. Yeah.
we've done Isle Royal in Michigan, and we've done Pictured Rocks.
Yeah. You've done stuff without me there.
Oh yeah, I've done what's
How you
that
did
island?
Manistee?
No. What's the island? Jason Wish was there. I did that. Crap. It's in Lake
I know
Michigan.
what you're talking about.
Can't remember the name of the island. Oh, here's an interesting one. Josh says flying to Washington in July. Josh,
Like Washington State?
yeah, Josh, what are you guys doing?
What are you doing?
I
What are
bet
you
they're
doing,
I bet they're
Josh?
doing Mount Hood.
Is it who you going with, Josh?
I bet it's Tim.
Is it you and Tim?
Tim was posting on Instagram today that he was permethering. He was doing
It's because he's going to the Smokies.
Well, I know that, but they're up to something.
What are you guys up to? That's cool for you guys. You guys have never been out that far west.
Yeah. Okay. Adam K, I'm going to have to check out your idea for airline tickets.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
genius.
literally I just costed out this Colorado trip. I costed out end of I'm not gonna say when, summer Colorado trip. From where we live, we can fly direct to Denver for between $200 and $300. And then Denver, depending on where you want to go in Colorado, like if you want to go to Breckenridge or that area of Summit County, it's $60 each way. On a shuttle to get out there. So let's say worst case scenario for us, you get a ticket for $300. So $420, you're getting to the trailhead and back.
Yeah.
So then maybe throw in maybe a night in a hotel, maybe some ancillary expenses. You're looking at $500 for us for a 3 to 4 night thing in Colorado. And like, that's just a no brainer. It's going to cost us $100 to go to West Virginia. And West Virginia is sweet, but like I'd rather, at this point, there's just Colorado has so much to offer. And I'm not like, there's other places you can get to relatively cheap right now. Even Reno. I mean, even going to Tahoe, $300, $315 from where we live.
And by the way, if you need you could stay at the casinos in Reno. It's like $35 a night.
Right. And there's outfitters that'll take you into the mountains and stuff. Yeah. So something to consider,
Thomas Bewick says, just joined having a little Woodford Reserve on ice with the brothers.
Nice. I like Woodford. We don't drink enough Woodford-related products. Do you? You don't love it? I like Woodford. When you go to Ruby's,
I know. I like the double oaked.
When you go to Ruby's, the high-level bourbon they have is a Woodford, and it is real good.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a lot of comments.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with them. Arcana says it connects to the PCT and JMT.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. What else we got here? We'll be traveling. AJ Eid says we'll be traveling across the western U.S. in our RV this summer. We have experience with that.
Andy and I did that growing up.
Yeah.
That's fun. Hey, RVing so hot right now. It's so hot right now.
Yeah.
In fact, my neighbor just bought a trailer. It was like a 10-month wait list just to get a trailer. He got an Airstream.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, man.
McKelvey Brothers Outdoors?
He's like, oh, we're going fishing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. RVing is so, because of COVID, right? Yeah. In fact, when we were out in Tahoe, they had to seriously clamp down on the camping restrictions in the campgrounds because there were so many people RVing. And my neighbor who bought a trailer, he's going to Alabama. He's going to freaking Alabama or Missouri. He's going somewhere. And
are they going fishing?
No, it's a family trip.
Oh.
He tried to book an RV campground spot in July, and they're already booking up.
Got to pull what the Schills did and just stay in Walmart.
Or the Flying J.
Yeah.
Or the Pilot.
Yeah.
But RVing is so hot right now. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay. Trying to catch up here. Oh, AJ says, what about 4 Pass Loop in Aspen?
That's a very popular one.
Yeah.
Has Tim and them have done that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Definitely on the list. We've been to Aspen many times skiing, actually. Never backpacking. Aspen is just, it's just far from the airport.
It's like what, 3 or 4 hours?
At least, it's tough to get to. So, when we go to Colorado, we've been picking logistically easy places to get to, but that 4-pass loop that's like Maroon Bells, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think I caught up with the comments.
We got more Instagram ones.
No,
There were like 10.
Hold on. No, bourbon hunting, bucket list hikes, switching, pocket knives, rain pants.
Oh, maybe we did get them all.
Yeah. You want to rant?
Are we ready for some rants?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't say the name.
no.
Of the company.
Hold on. I have a minor rant before we get to the big rant. The
Okay.
big rant's a little juicy, folks. The minor rant is, this is not related to anything outdoors.
Yeah.
Andy and I were out west visiting our sister. Great time. The NCAA basketball tournament was on out there. Get out of here with these 9:30 p.m. Eastern time sports events.
I know.
On a Monday.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, NCAA. The college football championship's the same way.
Wait, you're just totally just derailing this like outdoor.
This is a rant. I was out there. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, I can't start watching a 2 to 4 hour sporting event at 9:30 on a Monday. I'm a 9-month-old. Like, come on. Get out of here. Anyway, the whole point of that was we were in Reno. It was at 6:30.
And that was lovely.
And it was awesome. And that's what the NFL does. I don't know what's prohibiting them from. I mean, I get that one of the championship teams was on the West Coast. I get it. So you can't have it at a time that's like 5:30 on the West Coast time. So do it on a Friday. Do it on a Sunday. Do it at a time. The NCAA is outrageous. All right. We got work. We got things to take care of. Get out of here. All right. That was the minor rant. All right. Here's the major rant.
Okay, hold on. Careful.
I won't say who it is. Andy. You know you're getting big on YouTube though when this happens.
Yeah.
So we received our first, and I have not told my wife this.
This isn't it's not an official like YouTube one though.
No, I know. I'm gonna rant about all of this. We received our first copyright infringement notification. So this is what happened. And before you all ask, I'm not going to tell you who came after us.
Yeah.
It's somebody you most likely all know. I'm not going to say who it is because I do not want to drive any traffic to their business.
And then also,
and I'm just telling you, even if I tell you who it is, a lot of the people listening are going to go to their website, and I don't want that to happen.
yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm not going to tell you a lot of specifics. All I'm going to say is this. Andy and I produced a video years ago
Yeah.
that had, as we do with a ton of videos, it had a product name in the video. Like, here's the analogy.
Let's create a.
Oh no, I'm going to give a good analogy. And
Okay.
no, it was obviously not Z-Packs, but I'm going to use Z-Packs as the analogy. So we released, I've done multiple videos on the Z-Packs Ultiplex, right? Here's a review of the Ultiplex. So the video title is, I think it was, the video title has the word Ultiplex in the title. The analogy would be Z-Packs emailing us saying, we have copyrighted and trademarked the term Ultiplex, which they very well could have, and bashing us for copyright infringement and telling us to take it down. Another good analogy, because Z-Packs, I don't know if they've copywrote Ultiplex.
And I can't reinforce enough. Z-Packs isn't it?
No, it's not Z-Packs.
Yeah.
It is not
Z-Packs
Z-Packs.
has been nothing but good to
Z-Packs
us.
is super cool to us. Like, it is not Z-Packs. Here's a good analogy. Let's say, like, my wife, she drives a Toyota RAV4. I can almost guarantee you Toyota has copywritten the term RAV4.
Right.
The analogy would be my wife puts out a video saying, my thoughts on the Toyota RAV4. And Honda or Toyota contact them saying, you have used a copywritten term in your video, change it or take it down. So that's what happened. we received an email for copyright infringement because we used a product name in a video, and they claimed that because they owned the trademark copyright stuff for that product type, product name, that us using the term in the video title was copyright infringement. Now, here's how this played out. First off, I'm married.
It wasn't Dutch, Josh.
It was not Dutch. No, and I'm not. It was not Dutch. Although we were not. Don't ask us who it was. It's a company. I guarantee you've all heard of. And furthermore, well, even if I say this, it's telling.
No, don't.
We've bought stuff from this company. We have.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. We have.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
One of the, and this won't give away who it is, but one of the Black Friday giveaways, they requested a gift card from this company.
Oh.
First off, all right, I haven't told my wife this, so maybe if she's in the chat, my wife's a lawyer. She's not an IP lawyer. She's not a copyright lawyer. I almost like lawyered the F up and came after him, but I didn't. I responded, hey, I changed the title of the video.
Yeah, we made it.
I mean, realistically, dude, it was a video from like 4 years ago that has like 1,000 views. Okay. I was like, I changed the title of the video. Done. Don't care. You know, fuck off. Sorry. Get one F. But the video was, we own the copyright to this product. You having a video with this name in the United States is copyright infringement. And I don't know if that's true. This was not a letter from a lawyer. This is a letter from the company directly.
So here's the part that really grinds my gears.
Okay. There's a lot of this that really grinds my gears.
So first of all, you did the right thing.
It was a low effort thing. I'm like, I don't care. I'll change the title.
Yeah.
Go away. So, like I said, cover your ears. Fuck off.
So then said company.
Oh, you're going to get to no, this is the best part of the whole story. Best part of the whole story.
Then said company offered to send us free product, and their point of view
for us to promote.
Yeah.
They're like, well, so what happened, and you can explain this. What happened was, okay, they came at us, huge legal email. I sent a 1-sentence response. Hey, I changed the title of the video from this to this, so it does not infringe on your copyright. Done. Like I said, fuck off. Last time I'm swearing. The next email back from them, and you can rant about this, was, would you guys like some product to try? No, go away. We're not pimping your product.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like,
what are you thinking?
So not only are you
We're not doing you any favors.
Yeah. Not only are you going to come after us like that, then you're going to give us products so that we can put it online for you and do like reviews and stuff. Like, first of all, like, absolutely not. Yeah. And this is one of those things that
I'm glad you didn't respond. We did not respond.
Yeah. The answer would be no, we don't want your product. But
that would be a nice way of saying it.
But this is one of those things, and Becker gets a lot of crap for this.
Just a little one.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Becker gets a lot of crap for this, and he's absolutely right. Companies, when we get gear from companies, it's
we have not gotten gear from companies in a long time.
We haven't, but
we just ask for money.
But when we have gotten gear for companies, it's gear that we're passionate about, we really like, and it may end up on videos, it may not, and
that's what we tell everybody.
Yeah,
and honestly, every company is cool with that.
Yeah,
we're like, you can. I mean, usually we're like, send it to Andy. If it shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, we offer no guarantees.
Yeah, and so Becker takes this stance of like, so you're gonna send me, let's say, $100 piece of gear, and I'm going to make this video of it, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and it's going to get promoted, and all you had to do was send me like $100. Like, that's BS.
Yeah, the point is, at least, and especially
it's
with
like being
it's
being taken advantage of.
Is companies will take advantage of a YouTube audience.
It's cheap and it's good marketing.
And it's a no-brainer for them, because like, even if Andy and I said the name of this product, even though we're ripping on it, I can guarantee you someone would buy it, because they'd be like, oh, that's actually a cool product for me. I didn't know about it. I don't care if they wanted to sue the Schill brothers. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
And I don't want to derail into that conversation about YouTube and gear and getting paid and sponsorships, but companies generally like if your video just gets 1,000 views,
all they had to do was pay very little,
and they give you a couple $100, they're making out like bandits on that. Shout out to UGQ. I haven't talked to Chad in a while. Chad from UGQ. So we have a promo code for UGQ.
Yeah.
Schill Bros 10% off your code. We don't get shit from it. Okay. We don't
want anything.
But Chad is like, have I told you this? Chad's like, your code's been used almost 200 times. He's like, we've gotten 200 sales because of that.
Yeah.
That is $10,000-$20,000 worth of revenue for them.
So, and that's great. And
it's
so
great. No, that's good.
Yeah, we're happy.
If you want 10% off UGQ, use the code. We don't get anything from it. Like, I don't care. But it's just the point is like something that's so minimal as sending a piece of gear to us for free. It can generate so much money for them.
Yeah.
That a lot of companies will take advantage of that. And props to Dan. I mean, and Dan's told us that. He's like, do not do that. Like, don't buy it yourself if you really like it, like,
or make them pay you.
Like, they're making a lot of money off of it, and like, don't get taken advantage of. So I don't know how we got into it. It was just hilarious that this company had the balls to offer us and want us to promote their gear after sending us a nasty copyright infringement email. Like, all right, last time, fuck off. Like, seriously. I'm sorry for all the F-bombs.
Here's the counter. So like Kevin and I, like we get behind companies, and we're happy also, like UGQ, for example.
And
we're happy.
Sadly, this company that we're referring to was one I had a lot of, I thought was really good, really cool. And they are.
Yeah,
they probably are.
Yeah.
I had a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
But you, as a company, you are paying somebody full time to comb through YouTube titles. I mean, that's what this is. They didn't find this by chance.
Yeah.
This video had like a few thousand views. It's not a high viewed video. And I wasn't even talking about their product. I just happened to use their product name now I'm like, people will be able to find out what it is. I don't even know where I was going with this rant. It was just like, this company is employing somebody full time to go after YouTubers, or one of their employees' job is to go after YouTubers. And honestly, we've spent all this time ripping and bashing them, but the email they sent us was not a dickishly toned email.
I think that they were approaching it as best as they can.
They weren't like, hey, F you, take this down immediately. It was like, hey, you're infringing on our copyright. This affects my business. Change it.
And I think their attempt to give us free product was try to like smooth it over, but they also have to understand, like, by coming after us and then saying, have some free product so that you can pimp it for us, like, that's just another smack in the face.
Yeah. And
like, don't offer, okay, like, tips for that company, don't offer the free product after you've smacked them down.
Guess what? Nobody's going to take it. Or I told Andy what we'd do is we'd take the product and we'd burn it live on stream.
No, we wouldn't do that. That's dumb.
No, but honestly, aside of all of this, I want to know from a legal standpoint if using just their product name in a YouTube video that's not even about that product is copyright infringement, because I don't think it is. And I almost went back at them hard.
Your wife's texting you.
Okay, another rant. Another rant. I love my wife. She's the greatest. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. But she's texting me right now. My phone is in another room. Okay, I can't see the texts. I can't respond to them. Like, I'm sorry, babe. You do this when I'm out running too. Like, I can't respond. So put it in the chat, please.
No, I don't think she's going to want to drop her legal advice in the chat publicly.
I just want to know, I would like to know, honey, if you made a video on the Toyota RAV4, you made a YouTube video entitled, My Thoughts on the Toyota RAV4, and assume Toyota RAV4 is a trademarked term. Is that copyright infringement, you making a YouTube video?
So here's an interesting one. Arcana said, remember when Backcountry sued everyone for using Backcountry, and now everyone is quick to grab their sponsorship money?
Wait, I didn't know Backcountry was suing people.
I didn't either. But I will say, if they're paying you, and they're paying a lot of people in gear and promo codes.
This gets into a topic.
Yeah,
but I do want to talk about.
But at least some of the people are getting paid, I guess.
I didn't know
I didn't know that.
Oh
either.
wait, no. I did remember this because Dan got a lot of heat for accepting money from them because they were suing people. A lot of this conversation kind of points to the fact that YouTube is becoming a legitimate marketing source for companies. And it has always been, but now companies are coming around and it's becoming a dollars and cents thing for these companies. And honestly, you know, Andy and I, we run ads. We ran an ad for Art of the Trek. We're going to run some more ads for them. We get approached all the time by companies and we decline 99.9% of them because at the end of the day, this is not our job. This is our hobby. We just want some money to buy cool roadcasters and cool audio, video, visual equipment.
Pay for a plane ticket.
Maybe pay for a plane ticket, but we are not like, unlike Dan Becker, unlike some of these channels, we do not have to feed a family with the YouTube. So that gives us some freedom to tell companies to F off, to refuse money from people, but we're not a big channel, right? I mean, we're not a big channel. We get hit up all the time. And now people just want to pay us. And we are incredibly selective about what we do because we have the freedom to not have to feed our families from, if this was our full-time job, we'd be starving. But it'd be a different story. But YouTube is now becoming, and it kind of sucks. And honestly, all aspects of YouTube have been this way for a long time. It's just the outdoor specific sphere has become immune to this because it's been so small. But if you go to any other part of YouTube, tech reviews, drone videos, it has become very, very infiltrated by companies' marketing because they're seeing the power of YouTube. It's just become
so cheap for manufacturers.
And this is something
to get their name out. It's just like there's always a million channels.
This is the thing, right? So Casey Neistat actually talks about this a little bit. Okay, so let's look at the top end of YouTube. A person like Casey Neistat or someone whose videos get 1 million views. A company will come up to them and they'll say, "Hey, we'll literally," and this is how much money is in it, folks. They'll say, "We'll give you $100,000 to play, to just to say 20 seconds of something in a video that gets 1 million views." First off, that is so much money. That tells you how much the top end of YouTube is making.
Yeah.
But to these companies will pay $5-10 million for a 30-second channel ad that will appear at 3 p.m. on ABC that like 50,000 people will see.
Yeah.
So them paying $100,000 to get 1 million views, like it is such a better deal for them. Unfortunately for YouTube, you're just going to see it get worse and worse and worse because ad dollars are being shifted away from conventional television to things like YouTube and streaming. Hey, luckily for us, this is not our job. It will literally never be our job. So Andy and I are somewhat selective in what we do. So we're never going to be like plastered in ads. We will do them.
Yeah. And we have some relationships with some good companies that we enjoy.
And at the end of the day, every single cent, and then take all the money we've made from YouTube and double it. That's how much money has been put into all of this. So I know I say it all the time, but you're getting your money's worth, at least with us, you know, with production quality and stuff like that. Like everything's in 4K now.
Yeah, I spilled water on the Roadcaster.
We got a new Roadcaster because of that. Hey, that was on you.
Yeah.
I guess you paid for that. So yeah, I don't know. That was kind of a long like diatribe on like what's happening in YouTube.
No, I think it was just like, what really pissed me off was the smack in the face of like, take product and pimp it on YouTube. Give me a break.
I know. Yeah, it was funny. You wanted to respond. I was like, no, delete the email. Done. We're done with them. It's not a product we really care that much about.
Yeah.
Like if I don't get this product, I'll be okay. So anyway, that was a really long rant. But hey, you know you're getting big when you get your first copy. Did my wife, the lawyer, respond in chat at all? Because I would like to know if you use a copywritten term in a YouTube video title, if that constitutes copyright infringement.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making money off of it.
Yeah. And by the way, I have zero problems with any channels that have advertisements because they're getting paid.
Well, we have advertising.
No, I know. There's some comments in here. Kind of like talking about that. Like, as long as the creators are getting paid and not getting taken advantage of, I have zero problem.
Yeah, I disagree a little bit. I don't like seeing people sell out entirely, and
I don't care. I mean, it's like what? It's like 20,
I don't like seeing it.
It's like 20 seconds of a video.
But it dilutes the content. It does.
Just hit forward.
You can on YouTube videos.
You can just drag.
You could drag, but I don't entirely disagree with that sentiment. Money corrupts everything, and yeah, I don't like seeing it entirely. So that's my plug for us. We're not driven by money. As you can tell by the fact, like when the stream goes down, we're getting up and like changing stuff.
Not yet. Maybe we'll be driven by money later.
I mean, there's two of us. The amount of money this channel would have to make to replace our day jobs, it's never happening.
Not with this. Dropping F-bombs, drinking whiskey.
It's never happening. And I told Dan this. I don't know if we would want to do this for 40, 50 hours a week. I don't know if we would.
Oh, God, the comments.
I don't know if we would. So you don't have to worry about that with us. We take our sponsorships selectively.
Yeah, and you know, we have a good relationship with some people that send us gear.
Yeah, and it's very cool as a YouTube creator to have relationships with companies. And it is cool.
And we really love the Art of the Trek people too.
They're good people.
They've been very good to us and have been.
And they're not the only ones.
They're not the only ones. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a long rant. But first copyright strike, copyright infringement email. Yeah, like the email was literally asterisk, 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 all caps, copyright infringement, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. So I saw it, I'm like, oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me. And then I read the email and I was like, I don't know if this is actually copyright infringement. So I almost looped in my wife, who's a lawyer, and I didn't because it was such a low effort task.
No, you did the right thing.
It was just all right. I was like, just go away. I'll change the title of the video. I don't care. So that was fun. Hey. All right. We got anything else? So true story. I've got.
Calm down.
What's happening? What's happening? People want to know who it is.
No. Yeah, people want. We're not going to say, but
no, I'm not going to tell you who it is. I will just tell you it's somebody. Most of you probably follow them on Instagram. They're a well-known cottage vendor in the outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some. So there's somebody just commented. I'll say this comment from SA from NC. Says outdoor gear review. Luke, agenda free. He takes nothing from anyone, and when he
same with Dixie.
Yeah.
Same with Dixie.
And when he dogs a company, they listen. Even Walmart, that's legit.
Yeah, and Dixie's like that too.
Yeah.
Dixie does no sponsorships. I don't even think Darwin necessarily does. And then you got old Dan here, who we love. Dan's basically got like a NASCAR suit on of like all the companies that are paying him. But we love Dan. Yeah. Love Dan. This is his full-time job. I don't bash him at all for taking money from companies.
But I will say this though, like people want to watch videos on new gear and stuff that's come out. Right. And like, you know, that comes from gear companies sending free stuff to people to get the word out. Right, so it's it's a double. And if in like the constant context, people want the content. Yeah. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I get it. Yeah. I get it. And from a creator's point of view, like if someone's sending you like a $600 tent, not that easy to, if it really sucks, like you should probably just send it back because the video is probably going to be biased.
Yeah. And like when we do that and when people send us stuff, we're like, hey, it's a no strings attached thing with us. It's like, well, if we hate it, we hate it. We'll talk about it. If it makes on a video, it makes on a video. Like there's no, people have sent us stuff that we have never made it up videos. So like it happens. Yeah. We're in that situation. All right. I'm fired up enough. So, true story. I had a ton of good current events, but we're going to save those. We'll be back next week, folks.
Do we have a guest lined up next week yet?
Potentially.
I know we were texting somebody.
We got a few things in the mix. We'll be back next week regardless. I got some more guests lined up for the next few weeks. So, we'll be back. I have some really good current events that I want to talk about, but I'm going to save those Thank you for. You got anything else you want to?
No,
about?
we're gonna end this.
After I'm just fired up about these goddamn assholes and their copyright. Like, at least send it from a lawyer, you know? Like, send it from, like, an actual lawyer. At least pay the money to hire a lawyer to go after somebody for copyright infringement. When it comes from a source that's not a lawyer, I automatically assume that they don't have a real case.
But you did it.
I did it because...
Yeah, I would have done it too.
Because pleasing them was a 2-second task on a video from a long time ago that I don't...
Doesn't
like,
matter.
changing the title of the video did not impact the integrity or what the video was about, whatever. It was just too easy to change it and say, go away. But I still don't think what they're saying is copyright infringement. And I would love for my wife, the lawyer, to weigh in on the chat here.
Yeah, just relax.
I'm just saying, what's the point of being married to a lawyer if they can't help you out here?
Well, you should have your phone on you.
That's true. No, I make a point to not have my phone on me during these things.
I know that, and that's the right way to do it.
That's the right way to do it.
I feel like I'm constantly like...
I know. All right. Okay. My blood pressure's raised enough now. This was fun.
Let's go eat some carbs.
Yeah, right. This is fun. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week. We might go back to our regular Friday cadence.
Yeah, let's do
something
Friday.
we gotta say. All right, folks. 2 weeks from today, you know what's happening 2 weeks from today. We just talked about it before this podcast. 2 weeks from today, the call-in show returns.
Oh my god! Yes.
Bryce is coming over.
Bryce is coming over.
We're gonna have
Alex
someone
is
run the
coming.
stream. We're gonna get hammered. Not really, probably, but not.
Yeah, the call-in show's coming back.
The call-in show is coming back. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch the last one we did. It was 5 hours. It was easily one of the most fun, ridiculous podcasts I've ever done. We will open up a call-in line. We'll have somebody moderating the call-ins. We will take them live 2 weeks from today, Saturday, May 9th.
7th?
No, the 7th was a Friday, maybe the 8th. Yeah, pull up that date, actually. Anyway, 2 weeks from today, Bryce is coming over. We've confirmed it.
May 8th.
We're going to be vaxxed up.
Yeah, we
No
are fully
COVID.
vaxxed.
We're halfway vaxxed right now. We'll be vaxxed up. Call-in show's returning. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be ridiculous. The last one was absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever done on the internet. So 2 weeks from today, folks, and we'll be sending out some reminders. Stay tuned for that. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh man. Maybe I need to detox before that.
I mean, don't drink as much as last time.
No.
I mean, you were severely intoxicated
I know.
on the last one.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
We're going to be drinking,
Yeah.
but we'll have some waters in there.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I would like
maybe some low APV
yeah,
stuff.
I would still like to go 5 hours like we did.
Yeah. We should have a food lineup.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have food being brought in. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm actually looking forward to it.
This
We
is
might
gonna
have
be
a
fun.
theme. We might do it like radio style where it's like caller number 12 gets picked. I don't know. We're going to do some fun stuff. And we'll probably have some YouTubers call in as well.
Sponsored by Binford Tools.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Hey,
Oh,
dude.
hey, we'll get the Binford
Dude,
shirts. I got
that dude who trolled us with the home improvement references better be coming back for it. All right, that was the only thing I wanted to say. 2 weeks from today, we're doing the call-in show. It's going to be Saturday. Bryce is coming. It's going to be ridiculous. We will be back next weekend, though, probably next Friday. We're back. We got stuff to talk about. All right, is that it?
That's it.
Okay. All right, folks.
All right. Thanks a lot for
All right.
joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.